Okay, so welcome once again to the Relevant TV, this Relevant series. And like I mentioned earlier, my name is Agblobi-Tetteh. And today we are going to continue on the self-discovery series of the Relevant series. And we are going to look at another very interesting area that you need to discover about yourself. And that area is talent. Talent. Everybody has a talent. Nobody is born into this life without a talent. Everybody came to this world with a package. In fact, you are a package. You have been well packaged by God, and you were brought on this earth to unleash or to release the goodies in the inside of you for the benefit of this generation. Whatever you are seeing happening in this world, whatever you are seeing happening, whatever anybody is doing, those who have become extremely great, excellent in whatever they are doing, emanate from their talents. If you read the Bible in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 7, a very interesting scripture that says that, for we have this treasure in earthen vessels, which means that there is a treasure in the inside of you. You have a treasure. But the problem with many people is that they can't tell, okay, so what is my talent? What am I having in the inside of me? What is it that I can do and do very well? That is one of the ways to also define talent. What you can do and do very well. What you can do with ease. Something that can consume your time from morning to evening. Something that you are so passionate about. There are things that when you are doing, nobody has taught you, but you just know it. It is when you take your talent to training, then it becomes a skill. So talent is a raw, natural endowment that God gives to every human being that comes on this earth. The challenge with most people is that we do not know our talent. So we are going to look at talent in about 6 broad areas. 6 broad areas. So that you can know your talent, and then we'll look at how to make use of the talent. The first is the speaking talent. The speaking talent. The second is the arithmetic talent. Then we have the literary talent. We have the kinetic talent. We have the imaginative talent. And then we have the organizational talent. Organizational talent. So let's move into the speaking talent. Some people are born naturally with this. And this talent that we are talking about is something that comes to you easily. So somebody with a speaking talent is naturally gifted to talk. Your talent is what we call your area that you are gifted in. Now, in this series, we understand that there's a difference between talent and gift. But the expression gifted in is the same as a talent. So I'm talented in this area because talents are natural endowments. Gifts are spiritual. So talents are natural endowments. What you have come to this world which you can do with ease. So somebody with a speaking talent is naturally gifted to speak very good MC in all programs. Look, you go to some programs and you want to leave the program quickly because the MC is terrible. But you go to some programs and you want to spend the rest of your life because you just love the MC. That is somebody with a speaking talent. All right? Good comedians. To be a comedian, you should have the speaking talent. You sometimes you cannot fathom where they get the jokes from, but you can laugh and laugh your ribs off. That is somewhat of a speaking talent. So you should understand where you are gifted. That is where you are talented. So everybody has got a talent. And then we have those that have the speaking talent are very good in teaching. Very good in teaching, very good in training. They can do very good training. All right. Those who are gifted those who become TV and radio presenters. They become those who become hosts of programs and all that's because of the speaking talent. So get to know your talent, whether you have that. And you see something that you easily do which becomes your talent. The next one is arithmetic talent. These are people that are naturally good with figures. Accountants, mathematicians, statisticians, engineers, finance people, they love a lot of research and books. Those are the arithmetic talent. So you find a child who likes to dismantle things and put it together. Sometimes it's not that bad to beat them up. Sometimes allow them to fix the thing back again. You see that they have that arithmetic talent, that they delve still into engineering, delve still into issue of piloting, because a lot of that deals with mathematics. There are people that they are naturally good with figures. And so it's when they are trained, then you are developed better. Your skill is not there. So like I said, talent is when you take, skill is when you take talent to school. When you expose your talent to education and training, you become skillful in that talent. And it's your talent that brings you the kind of money you want to get. The reason why some people are very rich is because they have found their talent and they are going into that area. So, and you read about all the billionaires in the world, each of them have a particular area of talent. Warren Buffett was asked, what does he love? He said he loves to make money. So this is somebody that loves figures, more of arithmetic talent. He knows how to put this and this together when it comes to issue of money. You look at some like Bill Gates, he loves computer science, so his talent is more also in the arithmetic area. So you have people in those areas. Then there's a literary talent. Those who have the talent when it comes to writing. With the hand, they can write. Poetic falls into the speaking, but sometimes it dovetails into the literary because of the writing bit of it. So they write books, they write poems, they write sketch, they write plays and drama. So you watch a great movie and a great series. Somebody wrote that movie, somebody wrote that series. Somebody wrote what you are watching on TV, what you are enjoying. Somebody wrote it because they have a talent in writing, the literary talent, and the person have developed it. So like I said, talent is what you have been endowed with naturally. So it's imperative for you to discover what your talent is. What is it that you are very good in? What you can do the whole day. For me, I know I love to write. I can write from morning to evening. I'll be in a room, I just want to write. So, and it comes with ease. You may have not studied courses about writing in school, but it comes with ease. So it's when you go to school and you learn and you build on it, then you sharpen it and become a skill. So we then call you a very skillful person. Before we can call you a skillful person, there should be the basis of a talent. Although talent is not enough, but then it's important to have talent as a base to move on. Then we have the kinetic talent, the hands and the legs, the movement of the body. So those who are gifted, like footballers, there are footballers there are footballers. There are people who learned how to play football. There are people who are just born to play football. And when they pick the ball, you'll be amazed the way they distribute it. There are people who are very good with their hands, mechanics. They touch your car, everything's on point. We have technicians. We have those who are into camera operation. There are those who are into all kinds of things that involve their hands. Okay? They become very good in that. You can even have the issue of surgeons and doctors. So you have a book like Gifted Hands by Ben Carson, Gifted Hands. So the hands, anytime there's an operation and Ben Carson, according to the book, touches anybody, there is a solution. So there are people who are naturally gifted with their hands and their legs. So some is the hands, some is the legs. So that for example, there are drivers that they just have it. They are organists. I mean, there are people who have the natural talent when it comes to touching the instrument. They can play virtually every instrument. It is there. Okay, so it's important to identify the area that you find yourself so that you can develop it. Because everybody has a talent. And that's why I'm saying that there are broad areas. And this broad area you are talking about is the kinetic, where the hands and the legs are involved. So find that area, develop it. When we come to how to go about it, and then you see how it can bring you the great revenue. It is said that making money is doing what you love and others pay for it. So there's something you love, and that is what you were born with. It's seated in the inside of you right from the day you were born. It's only about for you to see what it is and begins to narrow your life into that. The most frustrated life to live is to live a life when you don't know your talents. You don't know what you have inside of you, and you are doing what you have not been gifted in. It's quite frustrating. You know the issue that comes sometimes, money, talent. Yes, it comes up. But when you find yourself into something that you love to do, it comes with ease. So when you are going to work, you don't get frustrated. I mean, we can all testify of mechanics that are extremely different from other mechanics. It's a natural thing. For them, that is what God has given them. Some circles call them intelligence, but we are looking at the issue of talent. All right, so you can have instrumentalists. There are people that can play virtually every instrument, and any instrument they pick, they are good at it. So you see that natural ability that God has deposited in them, which is their talent. We will later on understand that there are people that are called multi-talented. So you see the person in the kinetic, in the literary, and we see in other. So some may have more than one area of talent. And so there are people like that. They are very, very good multi-talented. But in all the areas, it's important to be a master of one, at least. Be able to have one that you know that is your area of dominion, where you can excel, where you have authority. Then we have what we call the imaginative talent. These people are talented in their minds. They use their mind a lot. You know, those are creative people in their minds. All right? They become graphic designers. They become concept writers. So they can develop a concept and then pass it on to the literary people who can broaden it. Then those people are those that come into interior decoration. So they enter into a room and say, oh, put this here, put this here, put this here. And they are very good at that. I was watching a video of the woman that did the interior decoration for the great hotel in Dubai. And when you look at the combination of colors and the choice of materials, you see that this is natural. It is true some people go to school to learn it, but then there is a deposit, or there's a deposit of a natural talent in them. And that's what we call gifted area. So you have interior decorators, you have architectural works. So you see some buildings, before you see a building happening or a building being put up, somebody has envisaged how the building should be, has visualized how the building to be. So you have those that have the imaginative talent. Then we have the other ones that we call organizational talent. They are naturally gifted to organize people. They didn't learn anything about event organizing, but they are naturally good. They can organize people. Sometimes you look at children and amidst them, they say, hey, you are this, you are this, you are this, you are this. I am the leader. And they begin to mobilize people. So you could see that they can run around and do all that. So those people, it comes with them with ease. They can easily organize people. They are people oriented, right? So like I said, talents are things that we must know. You must know your talent, what you have been gifted with. Everybody must know their talent. You can be in more than one of these talents. I know I am more in the literary talent, I'm a bit in the speaking talent, and then I come to the organizational talent. When it comes to kinetic, I am not there at all. You know, when it comes to electricals, which is one of the areas of the kinetic, when you have some electricians that can come and fix things and everything is in order, some will come and will cause fire in your house. All right? So there are people who are naturally gifted. It's important for you to spend time to know, where am I talented? How do you do that? How do I know my talent? The first one is to know your talents. The first one is to know your talent, and which I have done, I've taken us through the broad areas of talent, And so it's important, the first thing to do is to know your talent. You can know your talent when you sit down, begin to write the things that you naturally do. So you can take a piece of paper, write what are the things that I naturally do. Okay, so I call this steps, the 3 Ds of talent. The first is discover, which we have spoken about, discover. So discovery is sit down, take a piece of paper or a book, and then begin to enumerate the things that you can naturally do. Write them one by one. It can be cooking, which falls under the issue of kinetic cooking. There are people who can cook the whole day, and you eat their food and you want to eat it again. There are others who eat their food, you want to jump out of the world. All right? So it's important to discover your talent. Discover your talent. And the various areas, the broad areas I've mentioned, are areas that you have to look at so that you can discover your talent. Whatever profession you find yourself in, your talent is needed. For example, let's take you in the military. So, okay, what is my talent? Is it to shoot guns? No, but you could have a talent that can be an advantage over others. Because even in the services, there are various sectors that you can find yourself. That is why in the military, in the police, there are various angles, various things that people do. So you should look at that. So to discover, it's important to go through. I was talking about sit down. Don't just assume it will come to you naturally. Sit down, write it. Write all those things. Another way is to get on the internet. There are platforms that gives you talent discoveries or ability discoveries or ability research. All right, so you could key in, you have various, and then you can just answer some few questions, which can also help you to know. It gives you an idea so that you know exactly what you have in the inside of you. I had to spend time to work on that. I realized that I'm gifted to write, but I did not do literature in school. So how did I realize that? I realized when I was in school, I love English, and my teachers would say I write too much on paper, but as I grew up, I realized that it's a natural gift to write. So I started writing as early as 13, 14. I was writing stories, I was writing poems, I was writing a whole lot, okay? And I realized that I would love to speak because as early as 9 years, when they say, who has a memory verse, I come in front and I come and stand and I speak. But I had not worked on other things. So as I grew, I began to work on that. And I realized I have the ability to speak and to speak to people. So I have to now begin to develop myself. That's the next D, apart from discovery, is developing. So I have to develop myself. How do you do that? You go to school. So I have to choose my courses carefully, the kind of courses I did in school to help me to bring out the talent, all right? The talent of writing, the talent of speaking, the talent of talking to people, of counseling, the talent of encouraging and listening to people. So I have to work on all that so that I can bring out the best in me. So what I started doing is to gather information. I have to spend time on the internet to unravel myself and my ability. I bought books to read about my area that I'm talented in. You educate yourself. Formal and informal education. You interact with people, so I have to spend time interacting with all kinds of people, and you also get feedback from your friends. So I can remember back in JHS, I could teach a whole class. I was then in JS2, I would teach a whole class, and then you say, wow, we understand it better than the teacher. I say, hey, master, relax there, But as I move on to SS, I realized I could gather people, teach them, went to tertiary, my postgraduate programs. I realized that I could gather elderly people and I was teaching them. And so I realized that there is a natural talent, all right, in terms of the speaking to teach or to explain concepts. So I had to now develop it. It was there. If you don't develop it, it will remain at that level. Development is very, very important. Spend time, read, expose yourself to knowledge. Let the best in you come out. And I'm still developing it because nobody knows it all. As I am still reading, I still listen to a lot of information or messages or things that help me to bring out the best in me. And the third D is to deploy it. Deploy it. When opportunities come your way, don't run away. Take advantage of every opportunity. I did a very detailed study of Bill Gates. Bill Gates had 9 different opportunities. 9 different opportunities, and each of them, he took advantage of them. You look at someone like Bill Joy, the founder of internet, and you look at other people, you read about most of them, and they had opportunity. So they deploy their talent, the natural thing they have to deploy it. So whenever you are given an opportunity, don't waste it. They call you, come and do this. Oh, do it. It's in the deploying that you begin to also unravel your talent more, and then work on it so that you can become the best. But if you don't take advantage of the opportunities you are given, you will waste them. Life is full of opportunities. Opportunities indeed don't really come but once. They come every now and then. But then they come at every stage of our life. And when they come, seize it.